With the clock ticking for this year's NFL season to begin, the interest of fans is beginning to grow. Everyone's eager to know just how much these football players are worth, some for betting purposes and others just for curiosities. Watch on to find out how much the top players from each position are earning. First up, quarterbacks. In terms of guaranteed money, Deshaun Watson is now the highest paid NFL quarterback. Yes, the same Deshaun facing court cases right now. Watson's new contract with Cleveland is for a guaranteed $230 million. The team took him in despite the personal baggage he comes with. Yikes. Can't wait to see how that turns out. He surpassed Aaron Rodgers by $80 million after the Packers QB secured a 3-year contract with a $150.6 million in guarantees. There were rumors about Aaron's current fling, Blue, being a witch, but she quickly shut those down. It seems almost every time he shows up on the news, it's for something completely insane. But we love a good laugh, so nobody's complaining. Prior to Rodgers and Watson, Josh Allen established the record before dropping to third place with his $150 million in guarantees a year earlier. He's also fourth on CBS Sports' Best Quarterback in NFL list. This guy just tops every list he's on, doesn't he? Next, running back. Ezekiel Elliott is at the top amongst RBs, having reached a deal with the Dallas Cowboys on a 6-year contract including $50 million guaranteed. He makes $15 million a year. We understand the sum isn't a huge deal in the football world, but anything over $1 million makes our eyes pop out. And did you know Ezekiel faced domestic abuse charges in 2016? He missed 6 games, but never got arrested or charged for them. Christian McCaffrey agreed to a 4-year deal that included $38.2 million in guarantees, and although he may be second on this list, he is the first on this year's Comeback Player of the Year's list, maybe on the current NFL Crush list too. Alvin Kamara's 5-year, $75 million contract, which included a $33.833 million guarantee, puts him in third place. Alvin is perhaps the most humbled football player because he only spends as much as he needs. He claims it's because he knows the value of a dollar, and he doesn't want to live a lavish life only to lose it all at some point. But we gotta say, we admire that. And now, wide receiver. Cooper Kupp leads the list of wide receivers in most money guaranteed, with a 3-year agreement including $75 million guaranteed. His secret for being the best wide receiver? His wife's clean eating philosophy and the strict farm-fresh meat and vegetables and fish straight from the ocean. If this isn't enough motivation for you to fix your eating habits, we don't know what will. Tyreek Hill's 4-year, $120 million contract that includes a $72.2 million guarantee places him second, but his recent comments on Tua Tagovailoa and Patrick Mahomes in his podcast didn't sit well with many NFL fans, and the poor guy's been getting death threats everywhere. Next up, we have Stephon Diggs and his 4-year deal with the Buffalo Bills that included $70 million in guarantees. One thing about Stephon Diggs, he loves buying expensive cars and posing with them. His recent post with his Rolls-Royce Cullinan has received a lot of attention, exactly as Stephon wanted. Up next, tight end. George Kittle signed a 5-year, $75 million contract deal, setting a standard for tight ends that could be challenged. Kitty's contract included a total guarantee of $40 million. Just what do these players spend all this money on? New shoulder pads? Following Kitty is Mark Andrews, who agreed to a 4-year deal with Baltimore Ravens that included $37.6 million guaranteed. According to some, Mark is the most underrated player among the Ravens, even though he's pretty famous. We'll have to look at his game more closely this season to find out if that's true. During the 2021 NFL season, Dallas Goedert saw himself included in the conversation for highest paid tight ends. His 4-year, $57 million deal extension includes a guarantee of $35 million, putting him just below Andrews. We don't know about you, but all this talk about millions is making our heads spin. Next is offensive line. In this position, Ronnie Stanley comes first, having signed a 5-year contract with the Baltimore Ravens with $64.1 million guaranteed. Good news for Ronnie fans. After successful surgeries for his ankle, Stanley is almost ready to return to the field. We don't know about you, but we're surely excited to see him. Second is Ryan Ramczyk, who agreed to a deal with the New Orleans Saints on a 5-year, $96 million contract that included $60.2 million guaranteed. This player also suffered an injury, on the knee to be specific, but he refused to undergo surgery. The best part is, the muscle strengthening program actually worked, and he may give 100% this season. Lane Johnson comes below these two with a $72 million deal with the Philadelphia Philadelphia Eagles that includes a guaranteed $54.6 million. In case you didn't know, he's the big guy with the helmet. And now, cornerback. Denzel Ward signed a contract with the Cleveland Browns on a 5-year, $100.5 million contract that included a $20 million signing bonus, $71.25 million guaranteed, and an average yearly salary of $20.1 million, putting him at the top of this list. Jalen Ramsey follows closely behind with a 5-year, $100 million agreement with the Los Angeles Rams that included a $25 million signing bonus, $71.2 million guaranteed, and a $20 million average yearly salary. Baltimore Ravens signed Marlon Humphreys on a 5-year, $97.5 million deal that included a $20 million signing bonus, $67.32 million guaranteed, and an average yearly salary of $19.5 million, putting Marlon in third place. Up next, edge rusher. In his 5-year contract, Joey Bosa will receive a $102 million in guaranteed money. This easily puts him at the top of the edge rushers category. Following him is Myles Garrett, who signed with the Cleveland Browns a $125 million contract, which included $100 million in guarantees. He's the team leader for the Browns, and with his huge 6'4" build, you won't miss him on the field. Seriously, this guy is massive. In third place is Khalil Mack, having signed a 6-year deal with the Chicago Bears worth $141 million, including $90 million in guaranteed money. He's set to get back into training this July after recovering from his foot injury. And now, defensive tackle. Aaron Donald is number 1 on the defensive tackle list. He signed a $95 million contract with the Los Angeles Rams, which included $95 million guaranteed. Aaron's personality type is ESTP, so he fits right into the jock stereotype. The Indianapolis Colts signed DeForest Buckner to an $84 million deal, including $44.4 million guaranteed, placing him second. And sorry to break it to you ladies, but he is happily married with a kid he adores. Just under him is Vita Vea, who signed a $71 million deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that includes a $33.9 million guarantee. Next on the list, off-ball linebacker. Among the terms of Darius Leonard's $98.5 million contract is a $52.5 million guarantee and an average annual salary of $19.7 million. He recently had a back procedure, but thankfully it went great, and he'll return to the field in no time. Then comes CJ Mosley, who signed an $85 million contract with the New York Jets, including $51 million guaranteed. Having just hit the 30-year age mark, he's the current captain for New York Jets, and he can't wait to show you how far his team has come from last season. The San Francisco 49ers' Fred Warren comes third with his $95.2 million deal, including $40.5 million guaranteed and an average salary of $19 million per year. Although he had an ankle injury last season, his team is slowly bringing him back into the game, and we'll surely see him back in action in September. And now, safety. Fitzpatrick is at the top of the food chain with a contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers that guarantees him $36 million. So much money. Don't you wish you played for a national sports team? The Seahawks' Jamal Adams comes second with a $70.5 million contract, which includes a guaranteed $36 million. He goes by the nickname Jay, which means jaw, because he loves talking and poking fun on the field. Some see that as a bad thing, but hey, what fun would a game be without any spice? Up next, kicker. First is Justin Tucker, having signed a $20 million contract with the Baltimore Ravens that guarantees him $12.5 million. Fun fact about Tucker, he's the most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL. In second place is Younghoe Koo with a $24.2 million contract with the Atlanta Falcons, including $11.5 million in guaranteed money and an average annual salary of $4.8 million. For those of you who love K-dramas for the hot men, Younghoe is surely going to be your next crush. Just look at that jaw. And lastly, long snapper. Josh Harris heads our last category with a $5.6 million contract with the Los Angeles Chargers, including $1.9 million in guarantees. For the astrology fans, he's a Taurus. We don't know him personally, but we can guess how stubborn he must be. In second place is the New Orleans Saints' Zach Wood, with a deal worth $4.7 million, which includes a guarantee of $1.3 million, placing him between Joshua and Tyler Ott, the 6'3" hunk who signed a $3.3 million contract with the Seattle Seahawks, covering a guaranteed $1.2 million. That's a wrap for this video. See you in the next one.